Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Headshot Humpdays. And today I'm going to be shooting a video comparing different Lapco barrels. But before I get into it, guys, right, do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and of course turn on your notification bell. I am going to be posting more content more consistently moving forward, guys. There was a lot of things happening recently. I apologize for that, but obviously moving forward, I'm going to try to get back and post more content, give you guys information that's needed out there, hopefully help your guys' Magfed experience. Also, of course, watch this whole video and at the very end, share and comment. The best way right now that I can get to all your guys' questions and comments is obviously you guys just doing that on these videos, and then I can obviously answer back to you guys. So love all the comments, love all the questions that you guys are posting on these videos, okay? All right, so today's topic is Lapco First Strike Rifled Barrels specifically, and I wanted to go over a couple of the different options that they have. Now, I've had most of experience in previously with their .683 14-inch barrels. Okay, guys, and as you guys know, I had shot a video a while back, about explaining the barrel length on this particular barrel, how it's not 14 inches, okay? And so this is kind of where different barrel manufacturers, unfortunately, are kind of a little bit deceptive. I don't know if they're intentionally being that way, but in essence, they're just not, standardizing what length they're using. So I love doing these videos because that way hopefully it gives you guys the information that you guys need. So that way if you're building obviously a particular marker to what spec that you guys want, what barrel length, right? Or if you're trying to do clone builds like we love doing here at Magfed Ranch, you guys know what you're to expect, okay? So as I told you guys on that previous video, the 14-inch .683 barrel from Lapco First Strike is actually closer to 10 inches. But I kind of wanted to just, put it all out there. Got a measuring tape here for you guys. And so I just kind of wanted to give you guys the exact measurement of what the actual barrel is. And the reason why is because on the T15, as you guys, if you don't know, it has a unique style of how the barrel is attached to the marker's receiver, or in this case slides into the receiver. And so as you can see here, it has kind of this L-shaped groove system where it slides in, and then it has different positions for you, so that way you can either use the magazine from the bottom loading chamber, or you can rotate it one more position, so that way you can use the hopper adapter. Why would you do that? I mean, obviously, I don't think a Magfed marker should have a hopper feature, but whatever. That's not the content of this video. It has that feature, so that way you can adjust it to the hopper setting. Okay, but because of this this adapter piece, and you'll notice it here on different barrels. For example, this one is the Hammerhead one-shot barrel that we really love to use here on our builds. You'll notice that the adapter piece is separate, right? You can get it separately when you purchase the Hammerhead one-shot barrels, and it has the provision to attach it to your T15 marker, right? And so that piece is separate. But on the Lapco barrels, it's all one piece, just like the original First Strike barrels, right? And so the thing is, they don't include that length as part of the barrel. They just include the length where the barrel starts, right? So pretty much right after that slot to the very end of the barrel, which they don't include the tip or the muzzle device, okay? And so that's the other thing that you have to understand. Now, let me be clear. When Lapco states the length on their website, they're including all of that, okay? So I apologize if that was a little bit confusing, but when Lapco tells you what the length of their barrel is on their website or on other people's websites. They're telling you the overall length, right? So it includes the adapter and it includes the muzzle device. So like I was telling you, this is 14 inches. I can give you guys a tape measure here, measurement. And bam, as you can see, if you can't see that, oops, if you can't see that here, right, that is 14 inches. Okay? All right? Now, the problem though is, like I said, the actual barrel length is when those two things are not included. So the actual length, guys, right? You'll see it here first. The actual length of this barrel, from the tip of the actual barrel to the end of that slot, is approximately 11.5 inches, right? Pretty much right on the dot. Okay, so 11.5 inches, if you guys can see that here. Okay, so once again, the 14-inch 0.683 bore diameter rifled Lapco barrel is in essence actually 11.5 inches. And so when you compare it, here I'll compare it to an actual 10-inch barrel for you guys. Okay, so this is an actual 10-inch barrel from Hammerhead. Okay, and when I compare it to where the end of that slot meets, right, you'll see that it's about 1.5 inches shorter. Okay, see if I can give you guys that distance. See if you guys can see it here, but try to. Okay, right, but you see that's about 1.5 inches shorter. Okay, so the actual, 10 inches is, it's a little bit longer than the 10-inch Hammerhead barrel, right? So 11.5 inches on the Lapco quote-unquote 14-inch barrel. And then you'll see here on this Hammerhead barrel, this other Hammerhead barrel I have here, which is 12 inches, right? 12-inch Hammerhead barrel. You'll see that it's slightly longer by about 1/2 inch on the Lapco barrel. Okay? Now this is the thing I was excited for, because recently I had to do a build for a customer, and they wanted to use the 14.5 0.686 bore diameter barrel. Okay? Now real quick, why does Lapco offer a 0.686 and then also a 0.683 bore diameter barrel? And like I was telling you guys, I know you guys have heard different rumors, you guys have heard different stats from a lot of different people online, on boards or whatever, but I'm trying to tell you guys, the majority of first strike rounds are 0.686, okay? Like I said, I've shot over 10,000 rounds and I've measured every round, okay? I've done the match grading quote-unquote process for every round. And the majority of the rounds are 0.686. I would say, over 90% or damn near close, 90% is that bore diameter. Now, why would Lapco use a 0.683? Or if you notice, Nemesis barrels, they offer a 0.685 or a 0.686 as well. It's because in their testing, and like I said, I'm gonna test some here in the future, guys. In their testing, they must have seen that underboring, undersizing their barrels with the rifling, and obviously with the FSR, rifling in the round, it must have increased the accuracy or maybe consistency with that undersize. I don't know. I'm going to shoot test videos in the future here and hopefully give you guys the truth. But that's the reason why, right? They must have figured out that an underbore size is more accurate or maybe more consistent versus just the actual size of the bore diameter. Okay, but getting back to the length of the barrels, so now we know that the 14-inch Lapco barrel, .683, is actually 11.5 inches. Okay, the 14.5 .686 barrel, we'll see how long it is now. So once again, like I was telling you guys, right, we have to exclude the adapter's length, and then also we have to exclude the tip adapter length, right? Now Lapco throws another curveball for you because they don't include a M4 or birdcage style muzzle brake on their 14.5 inch barrel like they do on their 14-inch barrel. All they do is they include this thread protector piece. And so because this thread protector piece literally matches the end of this barrel, it doesn't really add any extra length to the barrel. So if you measure this barrel, right, it is 14.5 inches, like they state on their ads. But like I said, it includes the rear adapter piece. Okay? So if you take that rear adapter piece off, right, you are looking at, and it's pretty darn close, so I'm just going to say that it is, but you know, it might be a fraction difference. It's 13 inches. Okay, guys? So really close to right at 13 inches. Maybe 13 1/8. Okay, but in essence, it's 13 inches on this barrel. Okay? So that's the actual real length of the Lapco barrel. So guys, if you guys are looking to use the Lapco FS Rifled Barrel on your build, just be aware that the 14.5 inch .686 bore diameter barrel is actually 13 inches, and the 14-inch .683 bore diameter barrel is actually 11.5 inches. So just be aware that, you know, if you're trying to make a clone marker, if you're trying to, you know, obviously have a specific length build, maybe if you want to test a barrel, see, and this is the reason why I really wanted to find out, because I wanted to test it comparable to all the other different hammerhead barrels that we have a lot of experience with. I wanted to compare apples to apples, right? I didn't want to put a 10-inch barrel up against a 13-inch barrel or 14-inch barrel, or, you know, obviously a 20-inch hammerhead barrel up against a 14-inch barrel. So I wanted to make sure that we were at least comparing these rifles or rifle barrels properly. So I'm going to have to obviously pair this barrel up with the 11-inch or 12-inch hammerhead barrels that we have to see if, you know, how accurate they are versus one another. And then of course on the 13-inch barrel, I gotta check and see if Hammerhead makes a 13-inch barrel. We don't use it on our builds because most real-life rifles don't have 13-inch barrels. They're, you know, either 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, or 20. So maybe I'll get a 13-inch Hammerhead barrel to compare for you guys. But of course, I can always compare it to the 12-inch barrel or the 14-inch barrels like we have with some of our other M4 builds, and let you guys know how accurate those barrels are comparatively. Okay, guys, but hey, hopefully you guys love that information. Hopefully that helps you guys out. You know, like I said, hopefully you guys can, you know, use this to make the builds that you guys want. I appreciate you guys. Check you guys next time. Peace.